Hello, Dr. Egbe. Good morning. Please go ahead. We are live streaming now. Hello, Dr. Egbe. Good morning. Please go ahead. We are live streaming now.
Right. Okay, good morning to all our American spaces nationwide, and welcome to another edition of Stories That Connect Us. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of Stories That Connect Us. My name is Dr. Egbe Adewale Odeshi, and I'm the director of Uyo Window on America. Over the past few months, we've been having very interesting conversations, discussing different books from our eLibrary USA platform. And you will agree with me that looking at different perspectives from these books has actually enlightened us and also enhanced our productivity. And this book discussion is part of the activities marking the 250th independence anniversary of the United States of America, also known as Freedom 250. Today, we are going to be looking at something very interesting, a book. It's actually a magazine titled How to Hack Your Life with ChatGPT. It's a 100-page magazine that was released in April 2026 and published by A360 Media. You can access this magazine on eLibrary USA platform using the Libby database. Today, we have a reviewer in our midst in the person of Testimony Asiagwu. Please, let's put our hands together for him. We are delighted to have you with us, sir. Before we go into this discussion, we'll call on Josephine to read the bio of our esteemed reviewer. Over to you, ma.
So, good morning, everyone, once again. This morning, we have with us Testimony Asiagwu. He's an accomplished education technology consultant and innovation strategist with over a decade of cross-sector experience spanning ICT, digital learning, and capacity development. As CEO of BIGT Infotech Solutions Limited, he leads initiatives focused on closing Africa's digital skills gap through scalable, future-focused STEM education solutions. Testimony is also the Executive Director of Robotics for Kids Africa STEM Initiative, a high-impact program that has empowered more than 20,000 students across multiple Nigerian cities with hands-on competencies in robotics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, coding, and emerging technologies. His work extends beyond training. He actively connects educators and learners to global edtech ecosystems, conferences, and international collaboration platforms, strengthening Africa's participation in the global digital economy. Let me also add that he is an alum of the U.S. Government Exchange Program. He is the pioneer coordinator of the United States Government Exchange Alumni Association of Nigeria, USGEAN Delta States. Testimony has also facilitated a program for us on American Spaces Nigeria Network on robotics, which is also on our YouTube channel. So with this, I would like us to welcome Testimony this morning as he reviews the book for us. A round of applause once more for him. Over to you, Dr. Igbe.
Thank you so much, Josephine, for that very wonderful bio reading. Let's go straight into our discussion for today. We are, like I said before, we are delighted to have Testimony Asiagwu in our midst. Briefly, I just want to say that this book, How to Hack Your Life with ChatGPT is a life manual. It contains quite a number of articles that can assist you in your everyday life, from career to budgeting to nutrition to parenting to strategic planning and the rest. Please sit back and have a very wonderful time as we review this very, very important magazine. Testimony Asiagwu, over to you, sir. Please, let's put our hands together for him.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. My apologies, I think I missed the introductory parts, but I assume everything went well. Thank you so much for having me to the American Window on American Space or American Spaces Nigeria. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you so much, Josephine, and all the American Spaces in Nigeria. Very quickly, I would want us to go straight to the meat of the discussion. And today we're reviewing a book, How to Hack Your Life with ChatGPT. I'm going to make sure this is very interactive. So I would want every one of us to participate, as it were. I can see the Uyo window on American corner. I can see the American corner Ibadan. I can see the window on American corner Gombe. I can see Mina. I can see Sokoto. I can see Meduguri. I can see Ogun, and I can see Zaria. I don't know which one is HP, but I know it's not an. I know HP is not an American window, but I'm sure it's a place in Nigeria. Okay, so don't mind me if I can see Benin. I can see Benin. I can see Abeokuta. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today. And I want to believe that everyone would contribute, and there are facilities and opportunities for us to be able to speak, and we can hear you, because this is going to be a discussion, and it's going to be very interactive as much as possible. So we're reviewing a book titled How to Hack Your Life with ChatGPT, why AI is the new life hack, how to automate mundane tasks, how to reduce mental clutter, how to organize your home, how to streamline your schedule, and simplify your meal planning. So this was released 24th of April this year, and it was a book written by A360 Media in the US. And I think I want to start by asking a very simple question, actually. And I think this question would help us to put in perspective why this discussion is important. And this would also give us an opportunity for us to interact. This would probably just about 2 or 3 minutes of our discussion. So ChatGPT, yeah. I mean, that's a very big word. So whenever you talk about AI, most people just simply think of ChatGPT. So the question is very simple. If ChatGPT could give you, because I mean, that's what the book is saying, how to hack your life, make your life better, save you time and all of that. So if ChatGPT could give you, let's say, about 2 hours daily, save you 2 hours daily in terms of the activities your regular day-to-day activities. So if ChatGPT would save you 2 hours daily, what do you think you would do with that 2 hours free time, as it were? So let me just hear some thoughts from 2 or 3 persons across our centers, and then pick it up from there. So if ChatGPT will save you time, what do you think you would use that extra time for? Can anyone hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so great. I would want to take a few responses. So you could unmute, and then, I mean, if you're with a couple of persons, I'm sure they're hearing me, so they could actually answer. Let's hear your thoughts. Probably might not have thought about that before. So if ChatGPT will give you 2 hours on your day-to-day activities, like save you time, what do you think you would use that time for? Like, would it be more task, or would it be just leisure? Would it be rest? What exactly do you think you would be using that free time for? Thank you so much for the uh, chat message. So, well, anybody can actually respond on chat if you're not able to unmute. Exactly. Thank you so much. If you're not able to unmute, you can just drop your messages in the chat box, and so that we can move on, because it's quite interesting actually. Because I mean, you want AI to save you time. You want it to be able to um, work on some of your activities. You want to write proposals. You want to do all of that. So if your time is condensed and it saves you time, I mean, what's, because at the end at the end of the day, it's about time. I mean, the usual phrase, time is money. So what exactly are you going to use your free time for? Still waiting for responses.
Well, for me, I think we can use that time to rest. If ChatGPT has
Okay.
saved me 2 hours of
Um,
my time, so I'll just use it to rest to
yeah.
continue the next day.
Okay, I think that's a perfect one. Resting, because okay, so there's a trick in that question, so that's why I'm asking. Okay, leisure. I can see someone has responded to say it will be a leisure time, so that's assumed to be rest as well. So, any more responses?
Yes, there's a hand here, Uyo window in America.
Morning, sir. If ChatGPT could save my time, I will use the spend time to make some review on what ChatGPT has given to me, do some exploration on the app and other research based on what I have used ChatGPT for. Can even use the spare time to study my essay, especially now that it's exams period. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so that was the response I was actually looking out for. That kind of response. You having more tasks with the free time, which ChatGPT can as well help you with. So that's like a loop, right? So that was why I asked the question. And it was like a bait question, because you would probably want to do more work, right? But then why then is ChatGPT helping you out? Do you get the point now, right? So I think using it to rest, for leisure, uh, might be, you can consider that a time well spent, because if you're having to use it for research again, if you're having to use it for review, that's actually what ChatGPT is supposed to do for you. So that's why I asked the question. So, but good response though, good response. Thank you so much. So now let's now get involved into exactly why we want to do this today. So, yeah, that was the essence of the question. Actually, that it was just like a bait question. I mean, because ChatGPT is going to save you time in whatever task, but ChatGPT might not save you time in resting. ChatGPT might be. I mean, you can't tell ChatGPT you want to rest, and ChatGPT, of course, go ahead and rest. You can't be on the beach trying to enjoy your free time, leisure period. I mean, except ChatGPT will suggest the kind of beach you want to go to and all of that. So, but that exactly is what ChatGPT is supposed to do for you. So, um, the question actually is this: can ChatGPT actually change how we live? Because that book is proposing. That's what the book is asserting. I mean, can it actually change how we live our day-to-day life? Because it's saying hack your life. Hack your life simply means make your life better. Use a cheat code for your life, kind of. Okay. I mean, program your life. That's what it means. Okay, so can ChatGPT actually do that for us if that's what the book, because that's what exactly the book is saying. So, and when you say hack your life with ChatGPT, you're literally saying, okay, the author was actually saying it will save us time. It will help us to become more productive. It will help us to make better decisions. It will help us to learn faster. Like my friend who just mentioned that, well, I will review more books and all of that. So it can help you learn faster, improve communication skills. Okay, so if you're trying to be a good communicator, maybe as a team lead somewhere, it can help you to become a good team communicator. It can help you manage your personal finances. So if you have streams of income and you don't know how you're able to disburse funds, it could help you do that. That's all stated there in the book. Planning to travel. I mean, it could be a travel for business, a travel for leisure. It's also a part of that. So you can advance your career. You can start a business, put on your business model canvas on ChatGPT. It will help you do all of that. It can also improve your relationships. Yeah, right. I mean, well, that's going to be an argument for later, right? And then it, of course, organize your life and help you. So the book's biggest promise is that this can help you do all of that. That's what the book is saying. It can help you do all of this, help you become better. Now, the question is this, and I'm going to break it down into three aspects. The first one is that, is this practical? How practical can this be? Can an ordinary person actually use the techniques in the book and then it makes their life better? And when we mean an ordinary person, how ordinary can it get? Can a farmer, for instance, can the woman who sells corn on the roadside use ChatGPT and it will make her life better? Can a student who is trying to ace his or her exams use ChatGPT and, I mean, it wouldn't boomerang, like it would actually help to excel and improve the student's grade. Now, the second aspect is it transformational? So the first aspect, is it practical? We're actually having to review the book on that. Is it practical, right? The second one, is it transformational? Does it merely help people write emails faster? Or does it genuinely change how you approach life, work, career, and literally everything? I mean, if you're a pastor or an imam or a lecturer or a political figure, how can you use ChatGPT to improve that particular life? I mean, if you're a politician, how can you use it to improve your campaign strategies? And so the third final question is, and that's what the book, that's what we are reviewing today, is it sustainable? Okay, so after we're done with this book review, how many persons can say, I think I've learned quite a lot about ChatGPT. I think I'm going to be using the techniques that I've learned here today. And those techniques, how sustainable are they? In 6 months' time, would I still be using them? These are questions we need to ask. And because that's what the book is saying, I mean, it can change our lives for better, and we'll probably be stuck using it. So it's really very important because that's the book's most valuable idea. But an aspect I think we're going to dive into will be about prompting, okay? Because, yeah, ChatGPT is big, is wide, but then the question is, and before I go on, I think because we're going to be doing some little exercises down the line. So I need responses. How many persons have used ChatGPT before? I think almost everybody. So let me ask the question in a different sense. How many persons have not used ChatGPT? Like you rarely use it on a scale of 0 to 10. Like you probably say 1 or less than 1, maybe 0.5. You really don't use ChatGPT. So I would want to get responses on that. You could use the chat box as well. and you could also unmute if you have the capacity to. So like you really use ChatGPT, you just feel like, I really don't need it. Not because you can't use it, but because you just feel, I don't think I need it. Like well, everyone is smart, but you're smart enough to handle your task, do what you think you can do. And perhaps the few times you've tried using it, it really didn't make any difference. So can I get responses? Like if you really use ChatGPT, like really, really use ChatGPT. If you're speaking, try to mute. And if you're not able to unmute, you can use the chat box. So I want to assume everybody like literally uses ChatGPT, right?
I think so.
Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, okay. So, um, okay. So let me get a sample opinion on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the most frequent, and then 1 being the least times you use ChatGPT. So let me get a fair idea on that number. So so let's say I'm a 10 over 10. I use ChatGPT literally every single day. In fact, probably down to the last minute and hour. While maybe 4 means, well, sometimes I try, 3, sometimes I try not to use it. Okay, 9 over 10. Wow. Okay. So we're going to be saying the video is disabled by the host. No problem. I think that will be resolved. So we were saying 9 over 10. Wow, that's literally like almost every day. Wow, that's good. Okay, I'm waiting for more responses because by the time we get into some
There's another
3
response.
over 10. Yeah. Okay. Yes, 3 over 10. I can see that. Hmm. That's, I mean, I consider such persons very smart actually. Like, really don't have to rely on ChatGPT, right? I've seen 3 over 10. So that's like opposite ends. Okay. Some is really like use it every day. And well, even though 2 responses are not sufficient to sample opinions, but I think I'll probably just want to move ahead with those 2 responses. So now, one other, I think, question I think I would probably want to ask is, I mean, so if you look at what the book promises, which I highlighted earlier on, oh, you can hack your life with XYZ. I mean, all this stuff I save, it helps you save time, become more productive. You can plan your life, start a business, and all of that. The question is this: can we actually do we have the skills now, according to what the book is proposing now? Do we have the skills to be able to demonstrate this? Okay, and that's why I asked the question, how many persons use ChatGPT? Because if you do use ChatGPT, definitely, oh, I can see more responses, 5 over 10, and another 3 over 10. So great. So why I'm asking that question is this. We're going to do like 1 or 2 experiments, right? And I want to assume everybody has his or her mobile device or a PC handy. And we're going to do a few experiments that buttresses what the book has said. And the reason why we're having this experiment done is there's something the book also emphasized on, and I would also emphasize on that from my experience as an AI expert. And that is it. From the foundations, careful to use the word now, from the foundations of the earth, but let me just put from the foundations of ICT, let me put it that way. From the foundations of ICT, there has been this debate, and it still holds true till today. And what's the debate? The computer literally gives you. Now, don't forget that we're in the age of artificial intelligence, of course, still being powered by computer devices or devices, as it were, that are now smarter and more intelligent. But the underlying principle is that they are what? Computers, supercomputers, and all of that. But then, in all of this, and we're still going to get there, but this is just probably me saying this so that when we practice that experiment, you're not shocked at some of the results you're going to see. There's what you call GIGO, which is what? Garbage in and garbage out. It's a regular computer acronym, GIGO. Garbage in, garbage out. Now, that's why I asked for the frequency of how often do you use ChatGPT. Now, because how often you use ChatGPT sometimes might influence the results you're going to get when you're doing a book review or when you're doing a personal review of yourself as an individual, right? Because there's what you call prompts, okay? And as a matter of fact, I think there are some universities where they now study prompt engineering. It's a very, very vital area. Now, you're going to prompt ChatGPT, right, to give you responses. And when you're prompting ChatGPT, ChatGPT is just simply like a machine language, okay? You actually have to tell the machine what you want. I mean, it should figure out every other thing for you and all of that. But then the point is this, from your history, because ChatGPT, just like every other artificial intelligence tool out there, have what you call a memory. It has like a brain. And for every question you've asked in the past, it stores it in that brain. For every question you've asked in the past, it stores it in that brain. And that's what the book also, tried to say at some point. And when it stores it in that brain, whenever you ask a question, it analyzes all the previous questions you've asked. It analyzes all the previous responses it has provided for you, and then it forms an opinion based on the recent question you've asked it. So we're going to do a bit of an experiment right now, and that's why I'm laying this foundation so that you're not shocked by some of the things. And this experiment, you might not have done this before, but it will be a good time to do this because there's a debate. Do we have a bad prompt or a good prompt? Okay. Do we have a bad prompt or a good prompt? So for instance, you can ask ChatGPT, help me become more productive. That's a very vague question. It's a weak question. But you can have a better version of that question, which is ChatGPT, act as my productivity coach. Ask me 10 questions about how I currently spend my time. Identify my 3 biggest sources of wasted effort and create a practical weekly system that fits around my existing commitments. Now, look at the 2 questions. Now, which do you think we should ask ChatGPT? I'm just curious. Like the first one was just what? Help me become productive, more productive rather. And then the second one is act as my productivity coach. Ask me 10 questions about how I currently spend my time, identify my 3 biggest sources of wasted effort, and create a practical weekly system that fits around my existing commitment. So A or B, the first question or the second question, which do you think will give you better prompts or better results or productivity as a way, which you're looking for?
B, of course. Second one.
B, of course. Okay, now let's not get down to the practical of it. I can see some faces across the windows. So if you have your mobile device, can you just simply like put it up, like, okay, wave with it to say, yeah. And when mobile devices that can use ChatGPT, right? Not the ancient and modern devices. But if you have a device that can use ChatGPT, can you just wave it up and like, oh, okay, yeah, my device is right with me. I can even see somebody working on their mobile device at the American corner in Padon. So if you do have your device, nobody's waving it up. Is it my camera that is my Zoom that is freezing? I can see, yeah, Uyo, I can see you live and direct in real time. Okay, so American corner, Dutse, Ibadan, Enugu. I hope you guys are following. Are we together on this? If we're together, can I get like an emoji? Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I think we're following now. So we're simply going to do this. We're going to have this task done across all the locations, and I would want you to share your results. I really do need to hear the feedback on the results. Okay. So I'm going to put this up on the chat box, right? I'm going to put this up on the chat box, and we want, okay. This is going to lead to a bit of task, but I don't mind. It would help us to streamline what we're doing. So I'm going to put this up on the chat box, and I want everybody to take this. I'm going to do mine myself, and I'm going to share what my result is with you. So if you can put this up on your ChatGPT mobile or PC, and then let me hear what the results, let me hear what the questions it's asking you, and let's compare it with another person, what questions is asking the other person, and let's see if the questions are the same. And the reason why we are finding out if these questions are the same is because, like I said earlier on, what you have prompted ChatGPT in the past is going to be a resultant factor in the 10 questions it's going to ask you. So this is a bit of a classwork, and I need everybody to do this. Okay, so act as my productivity coach. Ask me 10 questions. Now, I think I might just even edit this to 3 questions actually. Okay, so let's have it at 3 questions so that we can be a bit more faster. Okay, so act as my productivity coach. Ask me 3 questions about how I currently spend my time. I mean, 10 questions is a whole lot. Like, I mean, what are you spending your time for? 10 different good things in one day now. So act as my productivity coach. Ask me 3 questions about how I can
Can you hear him clearly, Dr. Egbe?
No, it's breaking.
Okay. I think his network is failing.
Yeah.
I think you can pick up from there till he
Okay.
comes back.
Okay, please, can we just continue with the task? Act as my productivity coach. Ask me 3 questions about how I currently spend my time. Identify my 3 biggest sources of wasted effort. and create a practical weekly system that fits around my existing commitments. Please, if you've gotten your results from ChatGPT, let's hear your responses. Is anybody ready to speak? Is anybody ready? Okay, let's hear from your window on America.
Okay, I got results and since answer these 10 questions. It says answer these 10 questions honestly. Short answers are fine. 1, what time do you usually wake up and go to sleep? 2, how many hours per day are spent on school, classes, or studying? 3, how much time do you spend on your phone each day? Roughly about apps take most of it. 4, what are your main commitments right now? School, work, business, coding, content creation, family, etc. 5, what are the 3 to 5 things you mostly want to accomplish each week? 6, when during the day are most focused and energetic? Morning, afternoon, evening, or night? 7.
Okay, can you just tell us the second part of the prompt? Create a practical weekly system that fits around my existing commitments. You know, the prompt is in 2 parts. Have you gotten that part?
No, so I think he has to respond to those 10 questions, and then so that's why I narrowed it down to 3 to save us time.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, yes.
So
yes.
when he answers those questions, then ChatGPT is going to now create a practical weekly system that fits around his existing commitments.
Existing commitments, yes. Yes. Okay. So were you able to answer at
Anyone
least
else,
3 of the
please?
questions?
Hold on.
Please, any other person can speak.
So I also took that prompt, and the first thing he told me was, absolutely, I'll first diagnose where your time is actually going, then I'll turn that into a weekly system that works around your commitments rather than pretending you have unlimited flexibility. So then I have the questions. So once you answer, I'll give you your 3 biggest sources of wasted effort. So I think I'm going to do this after the session because I need to really gauge my time and maximize the time. Thank you.
Yes, please. Yes, please. All right. Okay. So I think everyone now understands an idea what exactly we're trying to do with ChatGPT. So so this is why the title says "Hack Your Life." I mean, how do you redefine yourself with ChatGPT? And these are some of the ways. Now, let's also now go into something more or less like a challenge, actually. So the question is this. I mean, yes, we're here to praise the book, but we're here to also review it critically. Can ChatGPT do everything, like in literal terms? Can ChatGPT do everything, or are there instances? I need responses now, please. Personally speaking, now for you as an individual, where do you think ChatGPT crosses the line? Like, no, I can't use ChatGPT for this, and then I will come in to tell you instances where actually we shouldn't engage ChatGPT or rely on ChatGPT. So let me hear your thoughts. Where do you think? I mean, have you ever thought of something where you're like, no, I think this crosses the line with ChatGPT. I don't think I want to use ChatGPT for this. Anyone? Or we literally can use ChatGPT
somebody
for
from
everything.
Uyo. Yes, one.
Oh, okay.
One person here.
Good day, sir.
Yeah, hello.
One of the thought that came during when I offer engineering maths. So me, most of the time, I use ChatGPT to learn. That is guiding learning. So when I press ChatGPT engineering maths, it will give me different formulas. So that is why I thought that ChatGPT is not suitable to use in this course. It's a course called engineering maths. So because of the different calculation and the arrangement you gave to me, it's not suitable for me to use to learn engineering maths. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Although I was struggling to hear you clearly, but I think
Okay,
I appreciate your
he said
contribution.
he tried using ChatGPT for his engineering math formulas, and it gave him wrong formulas. So he decided not to use ChatGPT for that anymore.
Okay. So before I take other responses, let me quickly add that. Please hold on. Let me quickly add. Asked, like the prompt you provided for ChatGPT was what it gave to you. To a very large extent, yes. If you look at ChatGPT, there is always one line that is like a disclaimer, and this is something I think the book emphasized on too.
Yeah.
There's always that last line that's like a disclaimer that says what? Do not entirely rely on these responses, as the realities you currently are facing might be different. Just so I don't forget this, there was this is a bit of a digression. So, we're saying hack your life with ChatGPT. Okay, let me take other responses and then I'll come back to the little story so that I don't, just remind me about the story I wanted to share and then I will not forget. So please, somebody else is raising up, indicating to speak.
Good morning, sir. Okay, one of the things
Yeah, good morning.
One of the things I find out that ChatGPT don't easily disclose is people's identity, credentials, or locations. Because there was once I was scammed, so I tried to track the person to know the location, his phone numbers, and some of his bank details. So ChatGPT told me I should go to the bank, visit my bank, and explain to them that that it cannot disclose the credentials or some of those vital information of the person to me. So that's one of the things I know, that ChatGPT don't easily disclose somebody's locations or some of the critical information about somebody. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your response. You're actually very correct, actually. I think there's one more response.
We have one from Benin. Benin City Window on America. Please unmute your mic.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Testimony.
Yeah.
Correct answer, especially for medical and responses.
Please, we can't hear you. Can you move closer to the system?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, clearly.
Okay, I said good morning, Mr. Testimony. Good morning, everyone. I said one thing that ChatGPT cannot guarantee is correct answers, and especially for medical responses and academic responses, because even if you give a prompt to give you an answer, it will give you based on what ChatGPT was created. It was created by someone or some persons, and it will give you a response based on what it has been prompted to do by the engineers, first of all. And it will also give you a response based on its own automatic search that may not be, it will not align with what exactly you want. And even if you give a prompt that someone was saying something that the formulas he wanted, he didn't get it, so he knew that he cannot use ChatGPT. It might know the particular, it might know the response to that, but it is not engineered to give you that response that you want. So give or take, you cannot have a guarantee of a correct answer, anyone from ChatGPT. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Wonderful contribution, actually. Wonderful contribution. Thank you very much.
Okay, we have one more contribution.
Moderator, do we have any? Okay,
Yes,
all right, go ahead.
From Uyo. Please go ahead.
Okay, from my experience, ChatGPT is the worst model to use in programming generally. Like, it's very good for these human relations and all that, your life, your daily schedules and all that. But when it comes to programming, you want to use ChatGPT for programming, it gives you it frustrates you and argues with you, and it just tells you what to do and never does it. It will tell you how to go about it, but it will never give you it won't give you your prompt to tell you how you're going to do it on your own. The first thing, for instance, if I was to prompt, okay, I'm to work on the back end now, and I ask few questions. Next thing I'll see it to draft the map I'm going to use. Tell me how I'm going to go about it. Then when I now say, okay, give me a startup or something, to start arguing with me and say, if you're to start up, you're going to do this, you're going to do this. So it's just like it explains, it's more like human relation, generic. It's not, it cannot be used for programming. It's a bad model for programming. Prefer using other models like Cloud, or using VO or V0. I can use all these ones, so I can't use ChatGPT for programming. That's my own insight.
All right, Uyo, window on American corner, you have your hands raised up. You want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say something. ChatGPT,
Please.
because ChatGPT is good, but for me as a researcher, I can't really rely on ChatGPT for research because it hallucinates. It can bring up what do you call it? Citations that do not exist. So I can use it as a guide to bring up topics and the rest, but to write or to do something in my field of study, I can't use ChatGPT because it will bring up citations that do not exist and I'll get into trouble as a researcher.
Okay, so I think I want to borrow a leaf from one of the okay, yeah. So Oguntech is saying your personal GPT will only be able to handle such. At some point, you have fed it with that information, just like what Mr. Okay, yes. Thank you so much, Oguntech. I think I appreciate the comments and perfectly said, actually, perfectly said. I also want to draw our attention to the comments American Center, AMC, and said, the idea is yours. ChatGPT only helps you to fine tune it. And the reason why I'm reading this comments is because of some of the responses I've received in terms of, okay, how frustrating ChatGPT may have been for you. Because what we are saying here, the book is saying how to hack your life. And then you've tried to hack your life. Meanwhile, it's now turning your life upside down. It's not hacking it for you. It's very simple. just like I said earlier on, yeah, garbage in, garbage out. And then that's why people now actually, experts in open AI, which are the owners of ChatGPT, advocates for people to study what you call prompt engineering, because the prompting is what determines the results you get. And that's why the question I asked earlier on that said, act as my productivity coach. Ask me 3 questions. So the idea is this: it's my response that determines what feedback I would get. If you're asking ChatGPT a math question, you have to be explicitly clear. If you're a programmer and you're using ChatGPT for programming, you have to be what? Explicitly clear, and then at the same time have a broad view. First of all, understand what you're expecting. That when you don't get what you're expecting, you know how to tweak your response, right? Now, back to the question I asked. So where should we not use ChatGPT? And I'll probably just highlight a few areas. And I think somebody has made mention. I'll start by the medical decisions. Now, because as medical practitioners, when they're taking their what's that oath they take? When they take that oath, I forgot it now. It's more or less like you're not supposed to divulge somebody's medical records or background and all of that. You're supposed to keep certain confidential information and all the rest. So when ChatGPT was being programmed, when OpenAI was working on the machine language for ChatGPT and all of that, medical decisions were not part of some of those things that were worked on. And rightly so, you cannot, I mean, somebody says, oh, I have symptoms of headache. It will take what? A medical expert to examine the person to say, actually, your symptoms of headache is not actually headache, but it's something else. It's probably migraine, which is what a 1 step higher from headache. So you can't use ChatGPT for medical decisions because you are expected to consult your doctor. Even as a pharmacist, you can't just go ahead and prescribe a drug for a patient. The prescription has to come from the doctor. You are what? To administer. So you can't expect, oh, ChatGPT, I have a headache, and just go and take 2 sachets of paracetamol. You're on your own, okay? And I mean, I think there has been some extreme cases where ChatGPT has led to suicide in some of these all of that. So when it comes to medical decisions, ChatGPT is a no-no. You can't ask it certain medical decisions. You have to visit a doctor. There are also some confidential information and critical decisions you can ask ChatGPT, right? I mean, these are confidential. And mind you, let me also state this clearly, right? I stand to be corrected though. But I do hope you realize that the information you put into ChatGPT is not only at the end of the day going to help you when you, because like I said, garbage in, garbage out. You put in a lot of information that talks about yourself so that when you are asking another question in the future, it then tells you, oh, I mean, it analyzes all your past questions, analyzes all the past responses it has gotten from you, and then gives you a feedback on that current question. But let me make clear that those questions you asked it and those responses you asked it can also be used for a third party in terms of not divulging who you are, though. Like the language model, the feedback, the questions you've asked can also be used for a third party who is asking something similar. And if you found the information helpful in your case, it's going to what? Pull that information and recommend it to the third person. So that's how it works. So it's not just, oh, yeah, my personal account, ChatGPT, and then you take it end step. No, it's a whole network. It's a whole network. So you can use ChatGPT in certain confidential information and certain critical decisions, and even in some financial decisions. You can't find some, you can't go to ChatGPT and say, oh, sorry, the only name that comes to my head. Okay, let me use some of the names here. I'm seeing, I think this is Professor Mata Agenti. I'm seeing patients Basi, and I say, oh, please, can I find the account balance for patients Basi and put it on ChatGPT? I probably even upload her picture there or his picture. I don't know the gender now. Put the picture there, put maybe a brief bio of the individual and say, please, can you pull out all the account information of this person, personal financial account information? I want to know how much this person is worth. ChatGPT will never respond to you on that. So back to the, before I continue, let me just give you a bit of a story. I don't know if anybody saw that on Instagram. There was recently a Instagram reel by, I don't know, I think it's maybe an Instagram influencer that was chatting with ChatGPT. You know, of course, you know your ChatGPT has the, not just to chat, it also has the audio, right? Like where you can ask a question and then it gives you feedback audibly. And so the influencer was asking ChatGPT, oh, ChatGPT, I've been swallowed by a big fish. And guess ChatGPT's response, oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, how did that happen? What can you see around you? And the person was like, well, everywhere is dark. How do I get out of here? And so the response was so funny because ChatGPT was just acting, oh, okay. I think you need to call emergency services. And the lady said, oh, the network is down here. I can't reach 911 and all of that. So it was a conversation that was going back and forth with the lady, like, how do I get out of the big? And so she even made an example with what happened in the Bible to say, oh, Jonah was swallowed by the big fish. How did Jonah get out and all of that? So GPT was blatantly confused. Like, so all ChatGPT was saying is, oh, try and relax in this position. Can you see outside? And is like, I can't see outside. I've been swallowed by a big fish. So it was literally a comic engagement between the individual and ChatGPT. Okay. That area.
Please, can we also check through the workbook?
Affidavits, it can help you make drafts of certain things, but it cannot help you matters. Why? Because professional areas, that's where the lawyers come in, because it's more or less of a, it can help you to do a whole lot of things legally, but certain legal matters, it might not be able to help you, okay? Depending on the kind of prompt you've put in it. Of course, highly sensitive personal issues, situations requiring first-hand expertise, right? I mean, so let's say the building is on fire, and you're asking ChatGPT, how can I quench the fire? Hey, first off, the ChatGPT is not there. I mean, it's not a firefighter, okay? It's not oh, okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I can see that. ChatGPT is not a firefighter, so it cannot help you quench the fire. And of course, factual claims that have not been verified. Factual claims that have not been verified, ChatGPT cannot help you do that, okay? Before we get into the workbook briefly, I know we have limited time. So in question, or in a nutshell, does ChatGPT help? I mean, does ChatGPT help us make us smarter, or does it make us lazier? Okay, so can it give you superpowers, or can it make you intellectually lazy? Because this can lead to deeper conversations about critical thinking, creativity, independent research. Like one person mentioned, oh, I use it for my research and all of that. Writing skills, okay? Personally, ChatGPT has helped me improve in my writing skills. Sometimes I really don't need ChatGPT anymore to do some major writings, because I literally have framed my mind into what kind of response I would receive. Memory, problem solving, and of course, over-reliance on technology. Now, diving straight into the workbook. Of course, we've mentioned some of these things as to like how ChatGPT, of course, can make you hack your life. So task automation, I mean, daily routines often consist of repetitive tasks and writing emails, organizing schedules, and all of that. So how can ChatGPT help you do that? That still comes back to what? Prompt engineering. How can you prompt ChatGPT to be able to do that for you? Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you for sharing your screen. I just wanted to run through all the, pardon?
Can
Yes,
we
the
look at
reader's
the
workbook.
reader's
Yeah,
workbook?
yeah, I know.
It's on the screen.
Yeah, I'm on the reader's workbook. I'm on the reader's workbook. I'm on page 2 of the reader's workbook. Yes, I'm on page 2 of the reader's workbook.
Okay.
So if you could just help me go to page 2 so that others can follow along. Page 2, you're going down.
Please, can we just start from page 4, where we have the actual workbook?
Page 4, okay.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Page 4, yes. Reader's workbook, section 1.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So, all right. That seems to be like, page 4 seems to be like an activity. Do we have enough time to go ahead with the activities?
We can just take 1 or 2.
Pardon?
We can just take 1 or 2 activities, like maybe section 1 and section 2.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay,
Sorry,
great. So,
just a second testimony.
yeah.
After the virtual session, our participants always have the privilege of staying behind to finish the workbook with the directors in their spaces. So for the sake of time, so we just work on section 1 and 2, just as the moderator has said. Then we hand it over to the directors while we close the virtual session, because we know we have taken so much of your time. Thank you. Over.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Sections 1 and 2, great. I was also thinking the discussion questions. I think that's actually something we should talk about. Probably just my suggestion, though. We'll talk briefly about sections 1 and 2, but then wrap it up with the discussion questions so that that's the nitty-gritty of the. So with your kind permission, please, do we do that? Briefly talk about 1 and 2 and then go to the discussion questions itself.
Okay, maybe let's see how it goes.
All right. So, in order not to waste more time, so section 1 and 2 simply talks about
Section 1, personal reflection.
how
yes,
organized
yes,
is our daily routine. Yes, personal reflection. How organized is your daily routine? What repetitive task consumes most of your time? And I think this actually was some of the tasks that we had done earlier, asking ChatGPT to, so how AI can simplify that task, what productivity habits would you most like to improve, and what which life area needs better planning. So I think that's where you have a bit of a note under there, and which aspect of your life needs better planning: school, career, finance, health, family, personal growth. I think what you're supposed to do is tick on which area needs better planning. Your feedback in terms of how organized your daily routine is, what repetitive tasks consumes your most time, how AI can simplify. So all of that should go into the notes section. And probably even put the responses in ChatGPT to help you refine that better. Quickly, section activity audit. List 5 activities you perform every week that ChatGPT could help you simplify. Okay, and that's similar to the question I asked as to like list 3 actions and all of that. ChatGPT could help you become a better person in terms of productivity. The exercise 2 is career planning. What's your dream career? What's your current skills? What are the skills needed to fulfill your dream career? And what AI tools do you need to learn as soon as possible to help you meet up with your dream career? And I think this is great because it helps you to streamline and narrow down what you need to start doing on the immediate to be able to with your dream career. And then the third aspect, exercise 3, is financial planning, right? What's your monthly income? As a student, you probably have a stipend, or as maybe an employed person, you have a monthly income. So what's your monthly expenses? How much do you spend on XYZ, on daily living? And what saving goals do you want? Do you want to save for school fees? Do you want to save for house rent? Do you want to save to buy a car? Whatever it is. And so what debt reduction goal, okay, you want to have, and what investment goal you want. You can put all these responses in ChatGPT and you get to analyze that for you, and you get a feedback. Personal organization, okay, so create a weekly schedule, including study, reading, exercise, family prayer, and reflection, and skill development. So you can see that day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. You can actually have this into Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and Saturday, and then Sunday, and then put what schedule you want, and then of course put that into AI. It helps you greatly. Okay,
Yeah, I think we
we are
should go
on
to the discussion question on page 6 so that we can round
okay,
up with
so
that.
yeah,
Yes.
discussion question. All right. So should every student learn how to use AI? I would say yes, straight off, without mincing words. Every student should learn how to use AI. Okay, so you should be a 10 over 10 on AI, right? 10 over 10, because the more you use AI, the better you become. I've learned my prompts are way better than they used to be before. Now I just, in fact, as a matter of fact, there was something I did this morning. It was going to cost me about maybe 15 minutes of my time, or let's say max 20 minutes of my time, to be able to get that document ready. I was supposed to share the document with my team. I wanted to just blank. It's about a 50-page document. And if I was going to do a correction on each of those pages, it was going to waste my time. I just put it on AI with the right prompt, and it was done in 2 minutes. It told me what it was analyzing and what it had removed and all of that. And I was, wow. I mean, that's good. So can AI make people become more productive without making them dependent? Absolutely, yes. It can make you more productive without making them independent. Okay, so absolutely yes. Okay, what risk accompanying the increased use of AI? Well, I wouldn't say there are so much of a risk. I think it's debatable depending on the personalities involved and the career path. So it's as a medical doctor, I wouldn't encourage you to be overly reliant on ChatGPT, right? I mean, because I mean, you are supposed to use practical examples of your patients. Okay, so how can AI improve education? Fantastic. I'm in the education technology sector, and AI has been a game changer for me. It can improve education, gives you, I mean, so what you also realize with ChatGPT, OpenAI, it's not just an artificial intelligence platform. It also connects all recent use of the internet, of technology around the globe, condenses it into feedback for you if you are probably using that. So how should AI be used ethically? I think we've mentioned that. So ethical use is very important. You shouldn't use it to divulge certain information that normally you. So I think that's that. And of course, you have your personal action and all of that. So I think it's a convenient point to draw the curtain on my part.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That are needed. Otherwise, I think the respective American windows can handle this.
Yes, we'll actually continue with the workbook when we end the session. Please, let's put our hands together for our reviewer for today. He has done a very, very good job. Please, this doesn't end here. Try to get this book from our eLibrary USA platform. Like I said at the beginning, it's a manual, it's a life manual. And the beauty of each article is that it comes with a prompt. Once it tells you what ChatGPT can do for you, it also tells you the kind of prompts to use in every of the articles. So please get it from our eLibrary USA platform. If you have not registered, try to meet with the directors in the different spaces. Thank you for joining us today. See you again next month as we discuss another book. Thank you so much to our facilitator. We appreciate you for coming around. We have had a good time discussing this book, and we hope to see you again some other time. Over to you, Josephine.
Thank you very much, Dr. Egbe. And I want to thank you, Testimony Asiagwu, for putting in everything. Both we have done book review, we have done training this morning, everything. Thank you so much. Please, from all our spaces, can we put our hands together for our facilitator and our moderator? You have done excellently well. If you have not yet signed on to our eLibrary USA and you are in our space this morning, please speak to the directors and let them sign you on. We have over 15,000 books. We have journals that people pay millions to subscribe to, brought to you free of charge by the US government. And you have free access, remote access to all these resources. And we'll be glad if you are able to use it. Talking about using AI, on Tuesday, we are going to be having a break on that program, AI for Youth Entrepreneurs. If you have not yet joined us, you can watch the past episodes on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/at American Spaces Nigeria. You can watch from week 1 to week 4. Do the activities, do the assignments. So when we come back the upper week, you can continue to learn. We've been learning tremendous things, even from that training. And your life will be imparted. It's going to show in the work you do as a student, as a business person. So see you on all our other programs. Thank you, everyone. And I want to use this opportunity to wish you a happy weekend. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Directors, over to you with the workbook. Thank you.